And welcome back. Day 3 coverage of the 2024 NJCAA Region 6 Division II softball tournament live from the Lake Shawnee Sports Complex in Topeka, Kansas. This field started with 8 teams. It is trimmed down to 3, and we're about to say goodbye to one more after this one's done. It's the number 1 seeded Johnson County Community College Cavaliers taking on the number 2 seeded Neosho County Panthers. And Dennis, just like everybody drew up in the Consolation final, number 1 versus number 2, trying to make it to the championship game to take on number 4 Fort Scott. That's what we all had, right?
Yeah, no question. I think everybody's a little bit shocked about that, but I tell you what, those Greyhounds from Fort Scott have been on a run, and they've taken out the number 1 and the number 2 seed on their way to sitting in the championship bracket.
And they're waiting for the winner of this game here. They'll be taking place at around 2:30 this afternoon. Fort Scott 1 win away, Brendan, from punching their ticket to the JUCO World Series. And for the Cavaliers and the Panthers, trying to win this one, and then got to still win 2 more games to punch their ticket. This is one of the downsides of making it to this backside of the bracket early. It's a gauntlet, but these 2 teams, if anyone has the chance of coming through and making it happen, it's one of these 2 teams.
And I'm sure it's pretty unexpected for them to be in this spot, but they're going to send their best arms out today, and they're going to do whatever it takes to face off and get a get-back game against Fort Scott. So that way, they're definitely not going to have to. They're going to make Fort Scott want to win it more if they want to take it to 2.
Johnson County had 2 great games, excluding extra innings, and the final one against Kansas City, Kansas. Neosho coming up just a little bit short against Fort Scott. Let's meet our starting lineups for both the Panthers and the Cavaliers.
Starting in left field, number 14, Brinley Bancroft. Starting at third base, number 3, Emma West. Batting third, the designated pitcher, number 25, Addison Easter. Batting fourth, playing catcher, number 17, Braxton Stainbrook. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 16, Caitlin Myers. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, number 13, Ansley Morris. Batting seventh, playing second base, number 8, Lainey Howard. Batting eighth, playing right field, number 9, Carson McHugh. Batting ninth, playing center field, number 4, Jessica Petrick. And batting 10th, in the flex position, number 23, Gracie Turner. The assistant coach is Matea Tanner, head coach Kim Alexander. Now the starting lineup for the home team, the Johnson County Cavaliers. Batting first, playing left field, number 3, Taryn Burkhart. Batting second, playing second base, number 17, Izzy Carter. Batting third, playing shortstop, number 5, Jaylee Jefferson. Batting fourth, playing third, number 26, Aspen Burgart. Batting fifth, playing center field, number 23, Eve Morse. Batting sixth, playing first base, number 15, Kate Ediger. Batting seventh, the designated pitcher, number 4, Deja Gardenhire. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 9, Ryan Pinkerton. At right field, number 6, Gracie Ramsey. And the pitcher, number 20, Maggie McNally. Lady Cavaliers are coached by assistant coach Katie Williams, the assistant coach Matt Jackson, and the head coach Aubrey.
Cannot ask for anything more. 4 games were great yesterday. Can't wait to see what this one has in store. We'll step aside. We'll be back. First pitch coming up next. Getting ready for the start of this one. Neosho, the visitors in this game, so they'll be up to bat first. Bancroft, West, and Easter. And they get on in the cleanup spot. Stainbrook, the catcher. Pretty much the same starting lineup for both these teams that we saw yesterday. The Panthers against Fort Scott and the Cavaliers against the Blue Devils of Kansas City, Kansas. And Maggie McNally still in the circle for Johnson County. And Dennis, at this time of year, you got to rely on your aces to get you through, and no pitch count, no restrictions, no limitations. Maggie McNally is going to get the nod here in this game.
Yeah, she's going to ride her as far as she can. Both coaches are doing that. You got to ride your aces and, substitute them out only if you have to.
Now batting number 14, Bradley Bancroft.
She threw 150 pitches yesterday. I mean, unreal work from her yesterday. It was a slow start to start off, but she's going to look to redeem herself against the number 2 seed, who really is going to be hungry today.
It's just one game that separated these two teams in the regular season in the standings. Johnson County winning their 3rd straight Kansas Jayhawk Conference Championship as the first pitch for McNally. It's just taken upstairs for ball 1 by Bancroft. Split the regular season doubleheader that they had. So pretty much same scenario that the Cavaliers found themselves in against the Blue Devils, who also they split the doubleheader with in the regular season. The ultimate rubber match and even more on the line here. Winner moving on to take on the Fort Scott Greyhounds in the championship game later on this afternoon. Outside corner, that one's in there for strike 1. Makes the count now 2-1.
Yeah, you want to see these Cavaliers get off to a quick start, because they've had a slow start in several of their games here. That's why they're on the backside. So hopefully they can get off to a quick start.
If you're Neosho, you're going to want to keep McNally's pitch count pretty high. They're pretty disciplined. You saw that against Fort Scott, and they had a very good start to start the first game.
2-2 pitch on the way from McNally. Almost got her looking, but it's just off the plate. We're full at 3-2.
Neosho, it's very important that they get a leadoff batter here on base, whether a walk or a hit.
And that one inside, almost brushing away on Bancroft, as she'll make her way up to first base. An early walk here for McNally. Had 4 of them in that game last night against Kansas City, Kansas. Also set a season high in strikeouts with 11.
Yeah, as we talked about yesterday, fellas, it's really not really good to walk that leadoff hitter, because 56% of the time they come around to score.
Show bunt initially, but off. 1 ball, no strikes.
I wouldn't be at all surprised to see both coaches playing a little small ball here, because with the aces on the mound for both teams, you're going to expect a pitcher's duel.
If you remember, Dennis, last game, Neosho, they 2-spotted Fort Scott in the first inning to start off the game. So, and then Fort Scott really responded. So, but this is different. This is 2 teams, 2 of the best teams in the conference going at it. So, small ball's definitely going to be in play here.
McNally so far in this tournament pitching a total of 17 2/3 total innings of the 23 possible, I should say, with the extra inning game last night.
She's a workhorse.
2-1 pitch coming. Bunt is
bunt.
Put down, but goes foul wisely by Kate Ediger to let it go.
Kate did a nice job there. Almost a perfect bunt there by Neosho.
Got to be selective here. You've been selective last game, and it really worked for you. So now, I'd be very selective there. Oh,
got her looking. Back throw over to first. She's in there safely, but it's the first strikeout of the game for McNally.
Yeah, Maggie came in on the inside corner with the fastball and rang her up.
Had her fooled, got her looking. Backwards K in the book for Emma West, the leading slugger for the Panthers at an average of .394. It's a big out number 1 for McNally and company. Now Easter will step in, the designated player.
Fastball's a little high there.
I'd work around her. Easter's a really good slap bunter. We saw that a couple times against Fort Scott.
.349 average for Addie Easter. 45 total hits, 8 doubles, 11 home runs, 36 RBIs. 2-0 pitch on the way from McNally. Inside again, trying to locate that strike zone. We saw her struggle with a little bit in the first 2 innings in that game last night against Kansas City, Kansas, and then would go on to go 7 straight scoreless after that.
Yeah, she's been a slow starter, but hopefully she can put that behind her. Good pitch right there.
Zone's going to be a little tight today, so I'd really try and dial it in there.
Go battling a 3-1 count. Next pitch on the way from Maggie. In there and called strike 2. Easter was about to put the bat down and make her way up the first base line.
We've talked about many times, McNally's got a lot of good movement on her pitches, and it's where it crosses the plate, not where the catcher catches it.
3-2 pitch on the way. Slow roll up the middle. McNally over to Jefferson. Did she get on the bag in time? She did not. They do get the out over at first base, though.
Yeah, and Maggie was looking at Jaylee Jefferson. She was the designated player to take that throw if the ball is hit back to the pitcher. But the ball was thrown a little bit to the third base side, not letting Jefferson get on that bag before the runner got there. But they did pick up the out at first base.
So runner still in scoring position for Neosho. Now 2 gone in the top half of the first. And first pitch swinging and mashing it out into left. Burkhart looking up. It is gone. And the Panthers, after avoiding the inning-ending double play, coming through is Stainbrook. Braxton Stainbrook's 18th home run here in the 2024 season. And none bigger than that one. And again, the Cavaliers down by 2 runs early, and Neosho back in front.
Cavs are going to have to come back again. Big hit by Stainbrook there. I don't think I gave the weather report, but it's 72 degrees at first pitch, and there's only a 7-mile-an-hour breeze coming out of the northwest.
You didn't need any bit of that breeze to get that one out of there.
She barreled that one up.
Johnson County was in this position the last 2 games, being down a little bit and then having to work their way back. This is not the position you want to be, especially in the Consolation finals.
And you gotta wonder, and you have to question what exactly is left in the tank for Maggie McNally. You know it's got to be coming close to running pretty low after throwing 150 pitches last night. Pretty much almost going the distance, 6 innings in the game before that, 2 games before that against Fort Scott. And also pretty much playing a good portion of the first round game against Highland after Jalen Lavers got the start and had a hard time getting out of the first inning.
We talked about it during the break, Dylan. We're like, Maggie pitched 150 last time. How much does she have in the tank, and who is Johnson County going to keep on hand if something like this does happen?
And already you say that, Brendan, there's another walk here for McNally. And that lets Myers move on up to first base, and there is activity in the bullpen for Johnson County, and I believe it's going to be Mariah Umverzak that if they're going to make a move and pull McNally out of this game, it's going to be handed over to Mariah.
She did a phenomenal job against Highland, coming in and shutting the door down pretty quickly.
Edgar diving down to a knee, keeping that from going out into the outfield. A throw from the backstop, Ryan Pinkerton. And now Pinkerton's going to make the slow walk in towards the circle. Just give it some quick exchange words to McNally.
If you're McNally, just get out of this inning.
Swung and grounded foul on the third base side. It's a jam that she had in the first inning against Kansas City, Kansas, where it was a bases loaded and nobody out. The Blue Devils had already scored 1 run, and she was able to tightrope out of it. I think if she can find a way to get out of this inning as well, Brendan, to your point.
She gets stronger as the game goes on.
It does. almost kind of like the Incredible Hulk. It's just like the more she gets roughed around, it's like the angrier she gets and the better she gets.
But if you think about it this way, winner of this game, I mean, obviously moves on to take on Fort Scott. So if you're ahead, if you're in the driver's seat or even behind, which arms do you want to keep fresh and which arms do you want to risk getting fatigued?
Jefferson will field it, throw over to first, in time over there for out number 3. Morris, the shortstop, is retired on the ground out. Cavalier bats coming up next, already down by a pair of runs. First time that we will get to see Gracie Turner towing the rubber for Neosho County. Comes in an ERA just under 5 at 4.97, a whip of 1.34. 87 total innings pitched, with 63 strikeouts, 21 walks. A surprise, like we were talking about, you want to rely and lean on your aces, and that would be Logan Cates for these Panthers, but they're going to go with Gracie Turner, maybe try to play a little bit. If you can put Turner out there, she can put out a good performance from you and help you move on. Then you have your ace saving for that Fort Scott game. Try to play the short game and the long game at the same time. That's always the fine line you have to toe in these kind of tournaments.
Kate's had a really solid game against Fort Scott. She just got a little bit unlucky because Fort Scott's bats were pretty hot. So I think they're going to save her and give her a get-back game, or unless they may save Kate's to start out, because Fort Scott saw her kind of in the middle of that game. They threw in a different arm, and then Cates came in middle of the game, but I think you're going to start Cates, and doing that will be pretty good for you.
That's already a great start for Turner. Gets the looking strikeout on Taryn Burkhart. Struck out twice in the game last night against Kansas City, Kansas. It gets caught looking there in her first at-bat. Now we move to Izzy Carter, starting over at second base. Average up 336, 42 hits, 16 doubles, 34 RBIs.
She had a trip around the bases against KCK, a two-base error.
Yeah, it was a double that she hit in the opposite way, and the ball just had some extra spin on it. Got by the left fielder, Annika Smith, and it rolled all the way down to the corner. Gracie Ramsey was over at first base. She used her speed to come around to score, and Izzy Carter rounded the bags and got the green light when she was coming into third base from Coach Aubrey Bratton-Volkins to go ahead and make the mad dash home. And it was a crazy inside the park homer, a double and a two-base error is what it officially goes in as. And that was big, really pivotal in that game, because that tied it at 2, and we went scoreless the rest of regulation, and then it was that 2-run home run to straightaway center in the top of the ninth and extras from Deja Gardenhire that eventually helped the Cavaliers propel into this game right here. Alyssa Droege pitched another excellent game as well, double-digit strikeouts. We saw her twice yesterday. I believe she ended up with 22 total strikeouts. Unbelievable performance. Carter back at the middle, but snagged before it could get by Turner. It was going right back up the middle, and quickly there are 2 gone.
There's the Neosho team we love seeing there. They have a great start, get 2 quick outs there, especially in the top half of the order, which Johnson County's been really dominant at, but they've kind of cooled off in this tournament, however.
Middle of the order is who they need to get going. Starting right here.
And it's been
the bottom half of the order.
And you look if we look at this middle half, and we're talking about Jaylee Jefferson, Aspen Burgard, and their Kate Ediger, Eve Morris. Jaylee had a good pair of games on Wednesday against the win against Highland, the loss against Fort Scott. Yeah, Kate Ediger had the big game yesterday against Allen with a pair of home runs and a 3-for-3 game, tacked on another hit. On top of it, it's just getting them to be more consistent and string it together in one game.
You're just not getting timely hits.
That's it. Holds off on that one up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. And any hopes for the Cavaliers to work their way back to the front side in the championship round against Fort Scott and take 2 games from the Greyhounds. They are going to need this middle part of the order to start coming up with some more of those timely hits. This one's popped up over our way and out of play.
And it was an unlucky game for Johnson County. Fort Scott was able to walk them off late in the game. And I think Johnson County, if they get back there, they want to get the get-back games quickly. They know they had that game in the bag. It's just a matter of they got to get there and they got to take it back.
Roller taken in by Short, going to be a close play. Throw is in time. Jefferson holding up both hands, saying she thought that she beat it out. But a good throw over there, Ed Short by Morris retires Jefferson. And we go to the second with the Panthers on top by 2.
Laney Howard.
Bottom half of the order due for the Panthers, 7, 8, 9, Howard, McHugh, and Petrick. We're going to add on to the 2 spot that they were able to put up in the top half of the first inning. It's Maggie McNally still in the circle for the Cavaliers. In case you're just now joining us, I'm Dylan Funk, joined alongside my broadcast partners, Brendan Mullen and Dennis Drennan. As a potential champion in the Region 6 Division II softball tournament could be crowned here today. Fort Scott waiting in the wings for the winner of this game. Ediger thought she had a chance, but that will get up and out of play right beside the Neosho dugout.
Yeah, unlike yesterday, fellas, the wind is should not be a factor on the infielders or the outfielders today.
Now we're dealing with gusts blowing straight in from center that got up to almost 20 miles per hour. The 2 games that we had in the early afternoons, it definitely played a factor. As we got into the later afternoon and early evening, though, it was not as bad.
I don't know where that pitch was.
Still have beautiful conditions here today as that one's taken for a 2-1 count.
I think she was trying to go inside corner and just a bit outside, or inside, excuse me.
Got her to swing through that one is Howard. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We saw it last game whenever Neosho took on Fort Scott. They were really chasing the outside pitch. I think McNally really needs to use that to her advantage.
Had her fooled. An excuse me swing there. It goes all the way through. Didn't mean to, and McNally picks up her 2nd K of the day.
That was a beautiful pitch. She went back down low inside and got her to swing at that one.
Number 0.
Getting back in her bag of tricks that helped her rack up a season-high 11 strikeouts in the game last night. Now facing against McHugh. This is a part of the order that McNally would really like to go up and have a 3-up, 3-down inning and get the Cavalier bats back up to the plate, trying to cut into this 2-run deficit.
This bottom half of Neosho's order had a really solid game. Some really solid hitters in this bottom part of the order.
Maggie wanted that pitch.
These are 2 teams that have been battling for the top spot in the conference pretty much for the entire regular season. As this one is taken over by Jefferson, throw across her body in time to Ediger for out number 2.
Nicely done by Jaylee.
These are two teams that they do not have any glaring weaknesses. They are just all around solid from 1 through 9 in the batting order. They got pitching, and they have some depth at pitching as well. Great defense in the infield and the outfield. It's exactly what you expect. And your two top teams in the conference now battling out for a chance to go on to the championship game. And a first pitch strike for McNally to Petrick in the 9th spot. She's starting out in center field today for Neosho.
Yeah, and Maggie did a good job. 7, 8, 9. You want to set them down, and so far she's taking care of 7 and 8.
336 average for Jessica Petrick.
She really did a good job of getting ahead in the counts now, but even 1 and 1, you need to throw a strike here. I'm thinking outside lower corner.
Trying to put the butt down. And they're going to call him back. Foul ball is called. 1 and 2.
Good job by Riley there. She pounced on that ball and got it down to first base.
Pinkerton always on top of her game, getting her another start. Had the backstop. She's been the catcher pretty much this entire tournament for Johnson County.
That pitch was in a good spot there for Maggie. Tried to get her to chase, but she just laid off of it.
I think you go back down to that low breaking ball that really fooled KCK a lot.
2-2 on the way, trying to get her to chase, but it's not going to work.
And another full count. And you're hoping, if you're Johnson County, that Maggie is more efficient this morning or this afternoon, because
Going to be a close play over at first. Toss. Snow cone catch by Ediger in time, keeping the foot on the bag. Nicely done on the slow roller up the first base line. And 7, 8, 9 is retired in order here in the top of the second. Cavaliers were taken care of in order in the bottom of the first. Now Aspen Burkhardt in the cleanup spot will come and lead off here in the Cavaliers half of the second. She's starting over at third base. Talking about a hitter, Dennis, that the Cavaliers would really like to see get going.
Yeah, no question. The 500 average and a leader in home runs. And if you're Neosho, you got to be happy that she's at bat with nobody on base.
Got a home run in the second round game against Fort Scott. Hasn't left the yard since.
Power to all fields.
She pretty much this season averaged about a home run for every 2 games the Cavaliers played. 2-1 on the way, swings at it and pops it up sky high, right side. West, first baseman cannot bring it in.
That's the kind of mistakes that can hurt you. You let her have another out, she could hurt you bad.
That was Myers, the first baseman over there. Couldn't quite bring it in.
She's got the visor on, but no sunglasses.
This is something we saw the Cavaliers in that game against KCK. They gave the Blue Devils an extra out. Ends up hitting a home run. This one just grounded over too short, and Gracie Turner has retired the 4th straight Cavalier batter she's faced.
Now batting number
Burghardt's been really kind of struggling with that leadoff spot. She's normally used to having somebody on base, and she really has done well at that, but the one thing I feel like she needs to get going here in this tournament is having a good at-bat leading off the next inning.
Good pitch there by Neosho. That ball had movement. It started outside and ran right back over the plate. Change up for a ball.
Eve's had a great tournament so far. I mean, she's been a it factor for this Cavaliers squad, getting on base whenever they need her to, provide speed on the base paths. Love to see her get something going here to start this game.
Morris pops this one out. Center fielder flying it out to center field and brings it in for out number 2. And slight advantage here, looking at the pitchers, considering that Gracie Turner, this is her first appearance since April 29th.
She's been solid so far.
Been more used in a relief role this year, more than she's been put out there as the everyday starter, as this one's blasted by Kate Ediger. She had 2 yesterday. She's going to add another one here. And a home run out to center field for Kate Ediger.
Stay hot, young lady.
That's the kind of at bat you need there.
Yep. Cuts the deficit in half. The big 2-out hit from Kate Ediger. Going through the player tunnel. Took a little bit of a roadblock there. Gracie Ramsey, not sure what happened. Everybody's okay. Most importantly, Ediger rounding the bags. Again, picking up in that game she had against Allen, going 3 for 3 with 2 home runs. She adds her 3rd in 2 days. And speaking of home runs, Daishan Garhire back in.
This young lady hit a 2-run home run. That ended up being the game winner. And it was a no-doubter to straightaway center field.
And it was also her very first home run of the season. No better time to have it. And then extra innings to put your team up by multiple runs.
Yeah.
And eliminate your crosstown rivals to punch your ticket.
And we talked about it against Coffeyville, I think, actually, because Gracie Ramsey had her very first home run of the season against Coffeyville in game number 2 to win the conference title.
Over the 3rd, and it's thrown away off the bag. Garnhire did not make a move like she was going back to second, so she is able to just run through the bag. Even though she was tagged out before she was able to get back on it, she is safe.
It's an E5.
Yes, it is.
Number 9, Ryan Pinkerton.
And now if you're the Cavaliers, you got to make these mistakes, and errors hurt.
We saw a couple of errors, fielding errors in that game against Neosho and Fort Scott as well. The first one here for the Panthers in an inning where the Cavs have already plated 1 on the solo shot from Kate Ediger. This one just foul tipped off the top of the net from Ryan Pinkerton.
She had it timed up, though, because it was fouled straight back.
If you're Pinkerton, I'm swinging away here. I'm trying to move Gardenhire.
Oh, bowls it foul at the third base line.
That was a good cut there.
Yeah, she turned on it.
I think she went just a tad bit too early there.
Yeah, it was an off-speed pitch.
I think that could have moved Gardenhire 1, possibly 2 more bases if she got it up the line fair.
1-2 on the way off the plate. Couldn't get her to chase another breaking pitch. 2-2.
You know, it's one thing we haven't seen a lot in this tournament so far is stolen bases. Just a handful that I can remember.
I think it's just the strategic long-term game, Dennis.
It could be.
So this one's popped up on the infield, right side. Baseman calling for it and able to bring it in. Howard squeezes it for out number 3. Cavaliers cut the deficit in half thanks to the solo shot from Kate Ediger.
Brinley Bancroft.
Second time through the order early in this game for Neosho County, Bancroft, West, and Easter. It's Bancroft that got off with a leadoff walk back in the first inning, came around to score. Now he's first pitch to her, just off the plate for ball one.
Well, it had to be high because it was right across the plate.
I think they're going to call that just above the lettering on the jerseys.
Tried to go inside part of the box there, just ran it a little bit too inside, almost hit her there.
She's just going to have to throw strikes here. You want to keep that leadoff hitter off base.
Got her to chase at that one, 2-1.
She wanted to try and go high and then try and go inside. She's like, all right, well, let's try the outside part of the zone, and nailed that one in there.
Yeah, you saw Riley Pinkerton scooch to the outside part of the plate.
She'll do it again.
Ryan's really wanting that thing outside, trying to get Bancroft to chase at it, but now on a count that's 3-1, see if McNally's going to try to challenge her here.
If you do walk her, it sets up a double play, however, so I wonder if she'll try and get her to chase at something. It's that low breaking ball. Oh, they'll call it a strike.
See if she can come all the way back and get her here.
Panthers rocking the all-white uniforms today. Black lettering, black logo. And a swing and a miss on Bancroft. Third strikeout of the day for Maggie McNally, and a good job able to battle back in that count to work it full and eventually pick up the third strikeout.
And actually threw a breaking or an off-speed pitch there. I think that was actually a changeup. Looked really good. Had her fooled. Oh yeah. Right there.
I think she was sitting fastball there, and McNally's like, I'll throw you a breaking pitch right down the middle. See if you're expecting that.
That's the whole idea, is to keep these hitters off balance. That's what we talked about last night, fellas. Drogi for the Blue Devils. She was getting all of her pitches over, so you just could not, you couldn't set on a pitch if you're a hitter. That's why she was so effective.
Pulls away the bunt, tries to swing at it, just gets a piece of it.
Yeah, it was a defensive swing there. She's got her set up 0-2.
That's exactly what you need for your Neosho.
Wes struck out looking back in the first inning, behind in the count here 0-2.
You got to make her hit your pitch.
I think she was going to try and mess up McNally here by showing bunt and then pull away.
She's probably not going to bunt with 2 strikes.
I think she's going to try and play some mind games here a little bit to try and get McNally to load the count here.
1-2 now delivered.
Oh,
and another
man.
one just getting a piece, another defensive swing.
Got to be selective for West here. That's a good take.
That was a good pitch, too.
Neosho dugout trying to rally behind West. She's battling in the count, now even at 2-2. Next pitch for McNally, pulls it. Burkhart down to a knee
nice
and
job.
able to pick it up for out number 2.
Maggie worked that inside part of the plate. Gets her to hit a soft liner to Burkhart
Now
there.
batting number 25, Addison.
She went to the inside part of the zone there. Dennis got her jammed there.
Yeah, she hit it off the handle.
So now we go to Easter. McNally looking for back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings. And gets ahead in the count again, 0-1.
Nice off-speed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Really fooled Easter. She was way late to go after that one.
Mm-hmm.
Easter grounded out to, it looked like it was potentially that inning double play that eventually the throw couldn't get over to second in time. They did throw Easter out. with a 1-6-3 ground out. And then Steinbrook came up the very next at-bat and launched that two-run homer as that one is landed right inside the chalk. Running around first and for second is Easter. Throw coming in from Burkhart in on a bounce. In and out of the glove of Izzy Carter covering over there at second base. And it's a two-out double for Easter.
Taryn made a nice throw there. I mean, she was up against the fence towards the line and made a one-hop throw to the second baseman.
That's the kind of at-bat if you're Easter. Make McNally pitch you what you like, and then she barreled up that one and hit it right where Burkhart had to run after it.
And we talked about those batting gloves here. I've never seen those before.
Okay. So it almost looks like workman gloves that you would wear.
Different.
They work.
Yeah, they did.
1-for-1 with a two-run homer. Gets well underneath this one. That's going to get up and out of play behind the Johnson County dugout.
Yeah, if you're the Cavs, you really have to be careful here. You got first base open. You don't want to give her a cookie down the middle. She can hurt you.
Well, just one out away from getting out of this inning. 1-ball, 1-strike count. McNally delivers again to Steinbrook. Breaking pitch, gets her to pop it up. That's exactly what she wanted. Left side, Burkhart calls for it and brings it in. And the two-out double from Easter won't come around to score. It stays a 2-1 ball game.
Gracie Ramsey.
Leadoff chance for Gracie Ramsey. And be careful here if you're Gracie Turner. If you let her get on, it's some speed for the Cavaliers. A little slap hit. Don't have to worry about it there as that's taken in over on the left side. Over there at third base for out number 1.
Batting number 3, Taryn Burkhart.
I like Ramsey's approach there. Just attack the first pitch you see, and it was a good one there. Just timing was a little bit off there, but still nice effort there from Ramsey. Turner's really trying to redeem herself here.
Struck out looking her first at bat to lead off the first. Is in a little bit of a slump as well with now 3 strikeouts in her last 2 games. Behind 0-1, slaps this one foul, so that's going to put her behind even further at 0-2.
And it seems like when you get into those little mini slumps, you're always at 0-2. You're behind in the count.
Taryn looking to protect. 0-2 way outside from Gracie Turner. Might just lost the handle of that when she was winding up and delivering.
Yeah, I think she wanted to go outside, try and get Taryn to chase there.
That's what she struck Taryn out with in the last at bat, that outside pitch.
Taryn looks like she's not going to make that mistake again.
This is something she's been good at this season. That's the 2-2 pitches on the way and slaps that one foul.
Yeah, she spoiled a good pitch there.
She could spoil your pitches, and she's no stranger to getting in 0-2 counts, but then able to spoil those pitches like that away, work the count up to full, and even drawing the walk. She's drawn the most walks for the Cavaliers this season. Getting on base coming into this tournament, leading them in that category.
Yeah, also leading them in stolen bases, so that's why it's so important for her to get on base.
34 walks and 28 stolen bases, and now here we go. That was ball 3, so a 3-2 count. Gracie trying not to let her get away.
Now she's got to protect, though.
Turner's 3-2 pitch is slapped
Spoiled
up and
another
foul.
good pitch.
Concession stand continues to take a beating today.
People working there in there think it's hailing the last 2 days, getting so many balls on the roof.
Turner shaking off the first sign, likes the second, delivers it, and another
again.
one spoiled.
Running that
great
pitch
battle.
count up.
Well, now we're
Out of softballs.
yeah.
Out of bullets.
We're getting replenished over there on the Johnson County side. After seeing how many went up and out of play yesterday, and all the retrievers working hard trying to track them all down, might need to bring an extra bucket or two.
Yeah.
Another 3-2 pitch. Good battle going, and shocker, this one's fouled off as well.
Yeah, we talked about many times that the more pitches you see in an at-bat, the advantage switches to the hitter. Let's see if she can find a hole somewhere. Yeah,
Pulls
she did.
it, and a good battle from Taryn Burkhardt, able to stick with it. Eventually was down 0-2 in the count, able to work herself back full, and it pays off with a one-out knock out to right field.
Now batting number 17.
She was really making Turner give her a pitch she liked there, and she was able to get it over the second baseman's head and into right. Perfect at bat if you're Burkhardt.
And the kind of at-bats, if you're Johnson County, you would really hate to spoil at this part in the game, still in the early parts of the game.
This
one's popped up left side. Left fielder just on the other side of the chalk in foul ground. Izzy Carter is retired, now 0 for 2.
I thought Coach Bratton's might bunt there because Izzy's a pretty good bunter and she handles the bat well to get that runner in scoring position for one of your RBI leaders.
Well, and to mention to your point as well, now you have Jaylee Jefferson stepping in. If you're Coach Bratton Volkins with the speed at first and Taryn Burkhardt, maybe do you contemplate maybe trying to snag second base here?
Yeah, I think you do. But you want to be careful. You don't want to run yourself out of an inning. So you got 2 outs and you got one of your better hitters at the plate.
Lefty delivers in. Jefferson swings at it and up and out of play.
If it's 0-2, I'm thinking, if I'm Bratton Volkins, I'm thinking now's the time you want to send Taryn to second because it's an 0-2 count. I think Turner's going to get Jefferson to chase here. And Jefferson's had a really good tournament, so I'm thinking she's going to go here. Yep,
There
she
you
is.
go.
That's on the
Out,
gap.
and that might go to the gap, and it will. It's going
That's
to roll all
gonna
the way to the wall. Taryn Burkhardt with the speed. She will come around. Throw gets away, and she steps on home base safely.
Step on it again.
And again, how about that at bat drawn out from Burkhardt?
Yes.
Able to get her on. Jaylee Jefferson coming through with a 2-out RBI double.
And I knew in that situation, Jaylee's been hitting really well. And I think it was the right decision to send Taryn there, who's got some wheels, and she wheeled herself all the way around first.
Now Burkhardt stepping in, 2 gone. Go-ahead run in scoring position in Jaylee Jefferson.
And this is your leading RBI hitter. You want her up in this situation.
And even 80 on the season, ranks first in the conference.
Another point I want to make here is this is the part of the order that Johnson County really needs to get going here early.
Or Jefferson just came through big time. Let's see what Aspen can do. See, she was kind of chasing those outside pitches last couple of games. She's laid off of them here. Let's see if she can get one in the wheelhouse.
Yeah, Burkhardt first in the conference with 80 RBIs. Right behind her is Jefferson now with 71. 2-1 pitch on the way, low and away. 3 balls, 1 strike to Aspen.
See, that may be a scouting thing. She's staying away from Aspen here.
I think she's also still trying to test the outside, see if Johnson County is going to chase here. I think she'll go back inside.
She's going to walk her.
This is the kind of ABs you want if you're Johnson County.
Well, I think she pitched around her, if you want to know the truth.
The first walk of the game for Gracie Turner.
She had first base open. She really didn't want to come across the plate to Aspen.
And now if you're Neosho, you got to play at any base. Just one out will get you out of this inning.
Yep, that's it. And that's another reason I think she pitched around her, because it sets up the force anywhere.
And it's going to be Eve Morris that will step in next for the Cavaliers. It's 0 for 1. Flew out to center back in the second inning. Chance to bat with the go-ahead run in scoring position at second. Now Aspen Burkhardt at first after drawing the 2-out walk.
Yeah, and Jaylee with really good speed. So a base hit will plate her most definitely.
We have had action in both bullpens. It was Umverzak that was getting early work for Johnson County. She has been in the dugout now for a little bit, and there was also some work going on in the Neosho bullpen as well, but that has seemed to cease now too.
I think they're really going to trust their aces here. It's only been 3 innings, close to 4 now with this next out, possibly.
The Cavaliers down by 2 for the second game in a row and have tied it.
Trouble, that's trouble.
That could bloop it. It will get down. Runners going with 2 out. Jaylee Jefferson coming around. She will score. Burkhardt safe at third. Morris will slide in a second on throw in. And the Cavaliers have rallied here in the bottom of the third.
Batting number 15, Kate Edgar.
This is a Cavs team you don't want to wake.
Yeah, and she's going to come out. I don't know if she's going to make the change or not, but remember, Kate Edgar took her deep in her last at bat, so she's definitely going to meet with her on the mound. Let's see if she makes the change.
I don't think she'll make the change here. Yeah, she stepped the infielders away. It's definitely going to be.
Well, she may be telling her, too, you still have first base open, so pitch around her if you have to. I don't think she's going to give Edgar a cookie.
With the Jeopardy music coming out of the Johnson County dugout.
You got to love these. I tell you, these ladies have fun playing the game.
Try to play a little bit of mind games, and like they're saying, it is just a quick meeting. So Gracie Turner is going to be left in there right now. She surrendered the lead back over to Johnson County by a score of 3-2, and Kate Edgar digging back in 1 for 1 with the home run.
Well, let's see if she throws her a strike, because she didn't throw one to Burkhardt.
Also got Deja on deck, too, who's been really good this past 2
Oh,
games.
man, she gave her one right down Broadway. She just missed her pitch.
She looked back at it, too, with a smile and
Kate
says,
wants to see that again. She was right on that pitch, too.
I would be surprised if Turner gave her another pitch like that.
I was shocked she saw the first one. Yeah, there she goes outside.
Low and away on the breaking pitch. I feel like that's the only thing you can really follow up when you try to give her a heater down Broadway.
Yeah, she just missed her pitch. She may not see another one.
1-1 pitch. Edgar back up the middle.
Yes.
Got a piece of Turner. Slow roller. Leaks out into center field. Burkhardt comes in. Morris slides in safely. And a 2 RBI single, all with 2 outs here.
Nice job.
In this bottom of the third for the Cavaliers.
Nice job by Kate there. She sent it right back where it came from, and you can't ask for more there. Big 2 RBI single.
Turner was definitely in save yourself mode there, because that was right up the middle.
Right at her shin.
It's unfortunate, but it was a smart play by Turner to just get out of the way and see if your second baseman can try and field it. But that was a shot right through the middle, Dennis.
Yeah, that one was. Deja should have been looking for that one. She threw that same pitch to Kate, and she missed it. Fouled it back. That's a little bit high.
Edgar, 3 of the 5 runs batted in so far for the Cavaliers in this game.
Have a day, young lady.
Garnhire reached onto the throwing error from
nice.
third.
That's
It's a
gonna be
nice
tough.
timing play.
Oh.
Trying to go to second.
Oh, wow.
Sadich got the throw over there in time. Editor
Man.
tried to slide in, didn't get the hands in time, says the second base umpire. And the Cavaliers put up a 4 spot in the bottom of the third inning. They're in front, 5-2. So after 3 innings of work, Cavaliers 5, Panthers 2. Top 2 teams in the conference and the top 2 teams in the tournament. Cavaliers #1, the Panthers ranked #2. Winner will move on to take on the Fort Scott Greyhounds in the championship game that will take place right after this one. Greyhounds arrived to the complex a little over half an hour ago. They're over on one of the fields getting warmed up and ready to go. The 4th-seeded Fort Scott Greyhounds, one of the hottest teams in the NJCAA right now, looking to continue to make noise. 1 win away from going to Spartanburg, South Carolina for the JUCO World Series next weekend.
I don't think either one of these teams on this field right now are going to give Fort Scott everything they've got.
Jefferson just can't keep it from going out now. If it would have been a really tough play to make anyways.
Yes. Her only hope was to knock that down and just put it in her pocket, because there was no way she's throwing somebody out from that deep in the hole.
Myers now 1 for 1 of the day. A leadoff single here in the top of the 4th as the Panthers try to answer with that 4th spot put up by the Cavaliers. Same thing going for McNally as she's now trying to find her rhythm, put together back-to-back scoreless innings in the 2nd and 3rd after seeing her team give her a 3-run cushion. You know she would love to come out and make quick work here in the top half of the 4th. Morris pops this one up and out of play. 3rd in the conference in RBIs for Ansley Morris at 69. Trailing behind Jefferson at 2nd and Burkhart in 1st.
See if McNally can get ahead in the count here.
Oh, nice.
What?
Where was that pitch? Wow. Again, that pitch was so good it fooled the umpire.
2-1. Morris continuing to battle. Leadoff man is on board for the Panthers. Inside, taking ball 3. Throw down the line. Runner back safely is Myers. Slapped, and that's a fair ball out into right. Had to wait on it to blow by, almost grazing the batter's helmet of Myers. She now pulls up into 2nd. Now back-to-back singles for the Panthers. Get things started in the 4th.
Yeah, nobody out. Gracie Ramsey did a nice job getting on that ball quickly and getting it back to the infield.
Exactly what you want to do if you're Neosho. Get a rally going. Try and answer back to it. The Cavaliers.
Now, I would not be at all surprised to see a bunt right here to avoid the double play.
On the way, bunt, almost coming inside. Runner was almost halfway down the line. Throw from Pinkerton, and she's back in time. Carter thought she put the tag on Myers, but she's able to scamper back to the bag in time.
Myers had a giant jump off the base there. She's lucky to be able to slide back in safely.
Yeah, and Ryan Pinkerton made a nice throw out there. Made it close.
Next one.
Good
Bunt
bunt.
is put down in fair territory. McNally trying to go to third and throws it away. It wasn't going to be a time anyways.
No.
And now Myers will come down to score. They're going to wave around Morris. She's in as well. It's all the way down in the corner, and that will help Howard move all the way into third base. And the tying run just 60 feet away from the Panthers with nobody out in the top of the fourth inning.
Now, when Maggie took that look at third, there was no way she was going to get that runner. She should have taken the out at first base.
That's what I was thinking too. Just get the quick out at first. You have 2 more to spare. So what if you give up a run there? If something does happen.
Well, if you got the out at first base, you wouldn't even give up the run there.
You
still have to-
0, Carson.
Yeah, I was
Take a
thinking more like
well-placed out, yeah.
I was thinking more like long term if something does end up happening.
Right.
But man, that put 2 up, and that's definitely not the fashion you want to do.
Yeah, and the tying runs at 90 or at third base with less than with nobody out. So
60 feet away. I'll help you with math, partner.
yeah,
90 feet away on a baseball field. You're right.
We learned something yesterday. We're teacher did us something today.
Bunt showed again. Squares it up.
now she made the she got her.
Our play there. Throw back to first. Going to be in time. So McHugh will reach over to first on the fielder's choice. McNally will tag down Howard over there at third. So now the tying run no longer in scoring position.
And if you notice, she did exactly the right thing. She ran at the runner to make her commit if she was going to go home or back to third. Good play there by Maggie after throwing that ball away at third.
Runner on third had a massive jump there. Bratton Vulcans is going to have a meeting here.
And I'm sure the plan with that bunt, maybe they wanted more of the first base side, giving Howard a chance to run down the line and score, but it was placed right in front.
I think what that might have been is a safety squeeze too, because the runner did break on the bunt.
By then it was just
Yeah, it was bunted too
Too
hard. It was bunted too hard back to the pitcher, and then you got to be careful.
like you say, and give credit to McNally too,
Yeah, she did a great
learning
job
that
there.
just to pick it up, running at the runner, and getting it over to Burgard in time to get her out over there at third. So that was huge. However, that error for McNally, that did help bring 2 across for Neosho. So now the Panthers just only down by 1 and still looking to make some noise here. Just 1 gone in the top of the 4th inning. Conference over for Coach Bratton Vulcans with the entire infield plus Pinkerton and McNally. Talking over some more strategy here. Panthers still with McHugh over at first base. Brings in the 9-hole hitter Petrick, who's 0 for 1.
And you want to make her put the ball in play.
And
nice
Burgard,
job.
that gets by her. Jefferson keeps it from going out into the outfield. Burgard was charging in on it. By the time it was hit, it was just too far to the side of her, a little bit out of position, and that plays in the way of Neosho.
Yeah. And that's what we talked about a lot of times. When you play the infield in, that adds percentage points to your batting average.
You got to love Jaylee Jefferson cutting it off from
Yes.
going into the outfield.
She did a nice job.
I don't think Neosho would have risked going to third, though, if it did trip in.
No, she's already in scoring position. Now, if you're the Cavaliers, you want to keep the ball down in the strike zone, trying to induce a ground ball at an infielder here.
The 0-1 pitch on the way, breaking. Burgard dives and will just tag the runner right in the
Nice
base
job.
pass. Beautifully done over there in the hot corner.
Nice play right there by Aspen.
And that's
Batting
the
number 3,
obvious, definite, smart play
West.
there. It's runners coming right towards you. Just get the tag. Don't force Neosho to get another lead runner there.
Yeah, and I like that she didn't try to throw the ball after she made the tag either, because there was no play. You risk throwing it away.
I like how Maggie's trusting her defense.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice pitch.
Right down for strike 1 to West, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a line out.
If you can't land him in the zone, force him to hit it right to your defense, who's been really solid.
West offers it this one. Carter takes it over at second, over to Ediger in time at first base. The Panthers take advantage of the throwing error from McNally as they bring 2 across and only down by 1.
Neosho, number 12, Brenley
So our first
Solano.
pitching change of the game is going to come on the hand of the Neosho Panthers. Brenley Solano will step in and replace Gracie Turner. Her day's come to an end. 3 full innings of work, 5 runs coming across. And did collect 1 strikeout. So again, not going, as we mentioned the bullpen activity earlier, not going to Logan
Now batting
Cates
number
yet.
9,
Well, she did
Ryan
pitch pretty much the
Peterson.
majority of that game yesterday against Fort Scott in the loss for Neosho. So they're going to try to potentially still try to save her if they could come from behind and pick up this win and go to the championship game against Fort Scott. So it turns to Brenley Solano, a .359 average on the season, 29 strikeouts, 15 walks. And she fires that one in for a first pitch strike to Ryan Pinkerton. He's 0 for 1.
Cates is in the pen for Neosho, however, so she was in there earlier, but I think they were going to turn to Solano and possibly save Cates if they do get this win here.
This one fouled off. It was a big answer for Neosho. I think that's almost exactly what you'd wanted to do after you see 4 runs scored, 5 unanswered for Johnson County to put them up by 3. And you go into the top of the 4th and you are able to get 2 runs across. So that kind of makes the momentum almost dead even right now, you feel like. Now, the Cavaliers are still leading by 1, but you're feeling pretty confident if you're Neosho.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Johnson County, both of those runs were unearned. They scored on an error.
Both those teams really put together great rallies. Let's see if both these teams can keep it going here and make this game more interesting.
1-2
Good
Pinkerton, right back up the middle where it came from for a leadoff single.
That was awesome. Her head was down. She saw the ball hit the bat. That's how you're taught to do it.
Now batting number 6, Gracie Ramsey.
Here come the Cavs. You woke them up last time in the 3rd. They can do some damage in a couple innings.
See if she bunts her here. She will.
Well, high, it does land. Ramsey not able to beat it out, but a productive out as she's able to move Pinkerton. That got on with the leadoff single up 60 feet and into scoring position.
Yeah, with Gracie up there, I really thought she'd bunt her because she's a pretty good bunter and a slap hitter, so you want to get that speed over there.
Aaron Burkhart.
And now back to the top of the order. Good call by the coach over there.
This top of the order has been really productive for Johnson County, starting to find their groove again in this tournament and at the right time in a winner-go-home game.
I was really impressed with that line drive. Ryan Pinkerton just hit right back up the middle. I mean, that was squared up.
Burkhart got the rally started for the Cavs last inning, a 4-run bottom of the 3rd inning with a 1-out single, came around to score. This one gets away from Stainbrook. That allows the runner in Pinkerton to move up even closer, now over at 3rd base.
Yeah, now a well-placed out. Scores are. Now if you're Burkhart, you want to hit something on the right side of the field or a fly ball deep enough to score the runner.
Late movement there. It does not get the call.
It'd be big for the Cavs if they can come back and play some runs here.
A 3-0 on the way from Solano. Low and away. Taken for ball 4.
Now would be a time to steal a base for Taryn. With that runner at third and less than 2 out.
17, Izzy Carter.
Looks like they're going to make a change, or no, I don't think a change, but definitely a meeting with Solano.
So far at that leadoff single, the sac bunt, and now the walk. Runners at the corners now for the Cavaliers. And Solano looks like not going to be coming out of the game. As you had mentioned, though, Brendan, there is Cates in the bullpen as she continues to warm up. So it is looking a little more and more likely that she could potentially be coming into this game.
Johnson County dugout. Take her out, put her in, take her out. These gals have a great time playing ball. I'm going to go out on a limb here, fellas, and say Taryn gets a stolen base.
I think now would be the time to be aggressive and really keep Neosho on their toes.
Yep.
And you also run the idea with that runner at third. If Burkhart does take off, then you could send Pinkerton down the line to try to score.
Well, I think that's more often than not, you'll have second baseman cut that throw off.
That's what I think that meeting was about. Is Johnson County? They're really fast. They have some really fast runners on the bases here. I think Neosho may try and pitch out. They may try and work around, but the one thing you don't want is a wild pitch.
Here she goes.
Burkhart will slide in, and it cost him. Tough throw, and it will cost him. Burkhart now going to third, and she's in there as well. And Pinkerton comes in to score on the throw to second base.
Beautiful, I mean, beautiful sequence. You couldn't have executed it any better in Neosho.
I really am surprised that they threw down there. She really didn't have a shot to get her.
And Neosho's throws were offline, so that kind of helped them in their favor too.
That's why I was certain that she was going to steal there.
Ends up costing the Panthers dearly now, back down by multiple runs.
If I were the Panthers, I would have just let Taryn have second base and then see if you can try and get 2 quick outs, but that was not the case for him, and it costed them a run to come across. And a bit more work to do here in the next couple innings if they want to get back in this game.
The ball's 1 strike now to Carter. 0 for 2, a ground out and a fly out. Johnson County dugout continuing to get rowdier and rowdier as this inning and this game goes along.
Izzy's job is to get that run home from third, try and pull something or hit one deep enough to score the run. Yes,
that will get through out into right. And an RBI single with 1 gone for Izzy Carter. She picks up her first hit and first RBI. And the Cavaliers have put back those 2 runs they surrendered in the top half.
Once you awake the Johnson County bats, they're going to keep going. They're going to do their best to keep going. And I think we will see Logan Cates enter the game.
Yeah, you can't let it get away from you here. If you're Neosho, you've got to bring your ace in.
And it will. So Brentley Solano, she comes in only a third of an inning. Gives up those 2 runs to Johnson County. Now it will officially turn over to Logan Cates as she is into the ball game. We're going to step aside. We'll have more coming up next. Second appearance in as many days for Logan Cates. And all hands on deck as she comes in right now, just trying to keep this game right where it's at.
Dangerous part of the order coming up for the Cavs. 2 leading RBI hitters back-to-back here.
They lead the Cavs to Burgart Jefferson, and also 1 and 2 in the conference, like we mentioned earlier.
And the hitters count now to Jaylee.
I think the thing that Cates has got to do on the mound is use that velocity to her advantage.
Ooh, man.
Cates has some really good velocity on her fastball. She's got a couple breaking pitches she likes to go to. But if I'm Cates, I'm bringing the heat. Oh,
That almost got a spectator there.
Reset, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jefferson. Waiting for the next pitch from Cates, facing her first batter. And Jefferson puts this out into center. Center's going back for it. It will not be able to keep it in the yard. It is gone. And talk about that middle part of the order for the Cavaliers. They are wide awake in this one. Jaylee, 2 for 3 with a double.
And
now a 2-run home run.
Have a day.
Runs through the player tunnel, and nobody was harmed in that celebration this time around.
And what's big about that is she did that off their ace.
And the very first batter that Cates had the chance to face as well. That is, you're right, Dennis, that is absolutely huge, and to put that out into center.
Nicely done.
for Neosho, the wheels can't come off this early.
She makes a mistake here, she'll go down another run.
I feel like something that they have to do compared to the Fort Scott game is the wheels came off too late. Now the wheels are starting to fall off too early. I think you just got to stay composed and try your best to get 2 quick outs here and not do any more damage that Johnson County's already done.
Just the 12th home run that Cates has allowed. So we'll try to get out number 2 on Burgert. Pitch on the way, gets her to swing through.
That was a home run swing right there. Just missed it.
That's from Burgert, local ties here. Going to high school at Topeka Seaman. Takes this one on the right side, and that gets up and over the glove of the diving second baseman for a 1-out single. Tried her best to keep it in the field was Howard. Just took an extra skip and a hard bounce off the turf, and it leaks out into the outfield. And the Cavalier offense now starting to find their stride. 8 runs total in the last 2 innings of work, and inning the third, to be exact. And now
athletic trainers coming out now.
Yeah, they're going to check on her.
Yeah, wanting to take a look over at Howard to make sure
she's not coming out of the game.
Okay, yep. Yeah, pretty much every scenario that we have seen so far where if the coaches want a trainer to go out and look at a player, they're immediately waving them back and saying there's no way at this point of the season and this specific tournament you are not taking me out. You'll have to carry me out before you take me out.
Well, that speaks to the competitiveness of these young ladies.
Absolutely.
I take your hat off to that.
They want to be out there. They want to battle.
Yep.
They want to get after it. A long, grueling regular season, playing 50 or 60 games this year, and all to get to this point right here and to be in this position. 8 teams qualified for this tournament. Now only 3 remain as this one's popped up over on the short side and able to bring it in.
Shortstop with the glasses there.
And to add on to your points there, this is a chance to get back against a team who put you in this position in the first place. So I think both these teams are going to want to be as competitive as possible in order to get back to where they should be in their minds.
Both are highly motivated as this one slapped by
Nice
Edgar.
play.
What a great play, but it comes out of the glove out in right field.
Doggone.
Almost a web gym play. That would have been the third and final out. So close out there for Petrick.
Yeah, you got to feel bad for her there. And, you know, the ball was in the glove. It came out when she hit the ground.
That's got to hurt if you're Neosho.
Yeah, it does.
Batting number 4.
But you have to give props to Petrick. I mean, she almost made a phenomenal
did.
play to shut down the hot bats of Johnson County.
Edgar's hot day will continue with another hit, but man, Petrick came very, very close to wrapping this inning up. Still looking to do damage here for Johnson County. Deja Gardenhire back in. Looking to build on her big extra inning 2-run home run she had last night. Reached on an error. That was the last to help you, the fielder's choice. Back over in the third inning.
If I'm Johnson County, I'm trying to add on some more insurance runs.
And Gardenhire will put this up. Got a little too underneath it. Allows time out there and left to bring it in is Bancroft. Another 4-spot put up by the Cavaliers thanks to the 2-run shot from Jaylee Jefferson as they're in firm control. McNally back in, this time with a 5-run lead. She was working with a 3-run lead back in the top half of the fourth. She gave 2 runs back to the Panthers. Now looking to settle in here, looking for a quick inning, keeping those Cavalier bats hot as this offense has just exploded, and it's been a large part to that middle part of the order.
Are you tracking pitches up there, partner?
Not officially, no.
Okay.
But I know people that are.
I was just wondering how many pitches Maggie's thrown in this game. She threw 153 last night.
We'll probably get a count after this half inning.
One skied over. Ramsey with a chance on it and breaks it in and foul ground out there and right for the first out.
Batting number 17.
Job getting the read on it as it was high in the air. Drifting out towards the cage out there right in front of the bullpen and able to bring it in.
It's the kind of start you want. If you're Johnson County, get a quick out.
Yep.
Try and kill any momentum Neosho wants to try and start here.
Steinbrook swings the first pitch she sees, fouled off the top of the net. Had the big home run, 2-run shot in the first for Neosho. OPS this season of 1.243. One pitch off the plate. That's for ball 2.
Try to get her to chase high and outside there. Steinberg wasn't having it.
Yeah, I think, you know, with a 5-run lead here, you just have to challenge her. And Maggie did.
2-2 now to Steinbrook. Myers on deck had that leadoff single to start the 2-run rally in the fourth for the Tigers, or the Panthers, excuse me. 3-2, and lets her get away. And I would expect there's going to be a courtesy runner coming in for Stainbrook.
That's what it looks like. She's the catcher. She's got to go put on all that gear.
Wait to see who it's
number 7
going to be.
He's running is number 7, Addie Bloodgood.
Addison Bloodgood, a freshman at Prairie View High School and from Parker,
Now batting
Kansas.
number 16, Caitlin Myers.
McNally really wanted that last at bat back, wishing she could have had that. Could have kept it in a little bit, try and nail that inside corner. Just slipped away from her there.
That's the third walk of the game so far for McNally.
How many strikeouts?
3. Fairly close, on pace of where season total is. The strikeout numbers can get up, can be high, but so can the walk numbers, as this one's going to split and get out into center field. Good job by Morris to back it up.
Yeah, he did a nice job there. Well, we did see another stolen base, fellas.
You said something earlier that we weren't seeing a lot of them. No,
We weren't.
Got a couple so far in this game alone. Still one more to play today.
She definitely took advantage. She saw second and short, weren't ready, and was able to pounce on it. Good base running there from Neosho.
Next pitch just above the letters from McNally, 3-1.
You only got 8 outs to work with if you're the Panthers. I think got to start being a little more aggressive on the base paths, but also try and collect some hits and get something going.
Good pitch.
Low and away corner, perfectly placed, and also kudos to Pinkerton helping frame it up nicely. Didn't have to do a whole lot of work. And now the count's full at 3-2. Myers 1 for 1 with the single. Also drew a walk back in the first. Looking to do either here on the 3-2, and she swings and misses at it. Pinkerton pump faking, able to hold Stainbrook over there at second, or Bloodgood, the pinch runner for Stainbrook at second.
Ansley Morse.
Big at bat if you're McNally here. Need to put this batter away to kill any momentum Neosho has with a runner on.
Leading the Panthers about half their hitting categories. Home runs at 22, doubles at 17, RBIs at 59, and slugging at 992.
Pretty good stat line.
Next pitch to Ansley Morris. Waits on it. That's taken for ball 1.
And she's a consistent hitter. She's really known for just trying to get on base, not doing anything too crazy.
They can flash the leather in the infield as well over there at short. Another 1-1 pitch, high and away, 2-1 for McNally to Morris.
Middle infield of Johnson County's ready. Carter ran over to second, and Bloodgood didn't see her there, and Bloodgood's like, oh, I gotta get back.
Yeah, with Ryan Pinkerton behind the dish there, she'll fire it down there.
Two balls, 2 strikes. McNally and the Cavaliers, a strike away and an out away. Getting out at the top of the 5th. Looking to hold on to their 5-run lead. Morris over to Burgart, able to scoop it up across the way to Edgar in time for the third and final out. The Panthers strand a pair of runners, and they will take that 9-4 lead to the Cavaliers on to the bottom of the fifth. They do have a change in the field for Neosho, as now Easter, moving from the designated player spot, is now the catcher. She'll be in there taking pitches from Logan Cates.
Batting number 9, Ryan Pinkerton.
We'll see where that change comes up in that designated player spot in the batting order.
Yeah, I saw Steinbeck limping back to the dugout, so
Yeah.
she must have tweaked something.
So we hope everything is okay. Getting all substitutions written into the book. Got the mask on. Steps into the box. We're ready to go. Bakerton, Ramsey, Burkhart. 3-2 up for Johnson County. In the catbird seat. Right now up by 5. If Neosho looking to make the comeback, they're going to be down to their final 6 outs. Logan Cates, the ace for Neosho, is trying to keep it a 5-run ball game right now. Let her offense get the chance to cut into it over the final 2 innings of work. Cavaliers already played 1 extra inning game last night. Would love to just hold on to this lead and not have to worry about potentially playing another one. Breaking pitch, slapped, a couple of bounces over to short, played nicely over the first in time.
Strong throw.
She charged at it immediately there.
Batting number 6,
That's how you're supposed to do it.
Ramsey.
Exactly the kind of jump you want at short.
And the first pitch low and away to Gracie Ramsey, 0 for 1. Did have that sac bunt back in the 4th inning. That was a big part of moving over. It was Ryan Pinkerton that got on before, moving her into scoring position. Where Pinkerton was the first of 4 runs to score in the 4th inning for the Cavaliers. Three and 0 now.
Cates is trying to go outside to chase. But then I think she's got to settle back in and fire a strike here.
He's going to be taken here.
Oof. Just got enough movement to fall back into the zone. Now it's a battle from here.
She'll swing away if she gets something she likes.
Cates gets the sign, winds and delivers a 3-1. Ramsey swings on it. Third baseman doesn't get it. Over there to short. Over to first. Not in time. Ramsey beating it up the line by a half step. Not the hardest hit ball, just not in enough time over there at short for Inslee Morris to try to pick it up and throw it across the way to be in time.
Yeah, you get a 2-bouncer into the hole, it's really tough to throw them out on these short bases.
First baseman had to kind of pick it up there a little bit. Kind of a low throw. It's still a brilliant effort from Myers.
And now a 4th time through the order for Johnson County. Back to the top with Taryn Burkhart. Scored 2 runs in each of her last 2 appearances. It was a single in the 3rd and reached with a walk back in the 4th.
Got a lot more cloud cover today, fellas.
Yeah.
Still a pretty day.
It's been just overall a beautiful week. Asking if she went around, so she did not.
It looked like she did. She kind of just went quarter around.
Well, the rule is the bat is supposed to cross the plate.
Ran it hard. Third baseman eats it up and over to first in time. Not going to have any time to make the play out at second. But we'll gun out the Speedy Burkhart over there at first.
Batting number 17, Izzy Carter.
She still got some speed on second there with Ramsey.
And that play is a good example of why, for West, that they call it the hot corner.
Yeah, she's not wearing a mask either. That's pretty brave.
To not only stop it from going out to the outfield, but able to collect in time and throw it across the diamond. Throw the runner out at first. It's a well done play. Low and away, take it for a ball. 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored for Izzy Carter. She also hit that single on the right side of the field into right field to bring home Taryn Burkhart to score in her last at bat.
Although 1 for 3, she's been a productive one, I'd say. Basically, her job's been just trying to move runners if there's anybody on. She had a nice single early.
3 straight balls start this at bat. Make it 4 straight balls to start that at bat as Carter will make her way up to first base.
Jaylee Jefferson coming to the plate.
Batting number 5, Jaylee Jefferson.
Homered her last time up.
2 for 3, a double, a 2-run home run, 3 total RBIs for Jaylee in this game. Looking to help propel the Cavaliers to the championship game where they'll take on Fort Scott, who they lost to just 2 days ago. Greyhounds continuing to warm up on one of the other fields here at the Lake Shawnee Sports Complex and the Avista Softball Complex. We'll have that game coming up for you after about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game right here.
We talked about earlier in the year, partner, how Jaylee Jefferson can generate that bat speed. I mean, she's not the biggest of players out there, but man, she can generate some bat speed.
Quick talk here in the circle for Neosho. That talk now over. Everyone will go back to their positions, ready to roll. 2-0 count, 2 gone. Jaylee Jefferson still in the box for Johnson County. Asper Burkhart on deck. Gates delivers the pitch and gets it into the zone for strike.
Gates is really trying to get Johnson County to chase on the outside part of the zone. They just haven't been biting all day.
Yeah, she's trying to stay out of the middle with a dangerous hitter here. Good pitch there.
Able to hold off.
Yeah.
About the same location, just got it more inside and
Now
just got the zone.
Now if you're Jaylee and she throws that same pitch, you take it to the opposite field. She can get it out at any part.
3-2 pitch from Gates. Swings and misses. Got Jefferson to go after it. And a big out, number 3. They get out of it with 2 runners on for the Cavaliers. Johnson County still a 5-run lead going to the 6th. On to the top of the 6th inning. This one, and first pitch swinging, backhand from Jefferson, deep in the hole, skip throw, not going to be in time. Edgar couldn't pick it either way. And that's a little leadoff knock for Neosho, looking to try to get some momentum going here as they're starting to run out of outs and running out of innings in this game to make a 5-run comeback.
And Maggie out there to
Batting
start the
number
6th
zero,
inning
Carson McHugh.
for these Cavaliers.
But it's a nice start for trying to start something here if you're Neosho.
It is.
This one popped up out into right. Ramsey tracking back on it, now moving to her left and brings it in for out number 1.
I think the sun definitely was in her eyes, so she had to try and track something down there.
Definitely a day where you want to have sunglasses. Oh, sorry about that.
Should bunt there, but nice way to pull back there.
Down by 5, I think you're going to have to hit away here.
Patrick did have a single in her last at bat. Next pitch she sees from McNally, wanted to go around on it, holds off, but takes it anyways for a strike.
I think if you're Neosho, you know McNally's pitch count's kind of high, so I definitely try and play a little bit of mind games with her.
That one just misses. I'll throw down to first, not in time. I think Petrick in her mind might be thinking that's almost close to where the last pitch was. 2-2 now. McNally evening the count with Petrick. Next pitch on the way, breaking pitch, couldn't get her to go around, throw it to second. Jefferson able to keep her from going to outfield and not going to be in time.
Nice play there by Jaylee Jefferson. She picked that short hop and got the tag down quickly. Made it close.
Good jump for Howard, gone with the leadoff single, now finds herself in scoring position.
That's why Pinkerton kept throwing over, because she wasn't sure whenever Howard was going to go, and then Howard waited for the right time to jump, and boy, did she have a jump. She's on second now.
Chopper at the middle, McNally looking over to third, will go to first and get the out there. So Howard does move over to third, but it's going to take a hit to bring her home now with 2 gone.
Yeah, that was a right play by Maggie there, because that run really doesn't mean anything. You want to get the out.
I think that was definitely should be in the back of Maggie McNally's mind, is getting that runner on third, just get a quick out. So what if you let this run in? Your offense is really produced enough to have a bit of insurance here.
Now they're well over 100 pitches already in this game for the second start in a row. Trying to go the way here, holding on and working with a 5-run lead. And the swing and miss strike to Bancroft. 4th time through the batting order for Neosho. To pitch on the way, high level for ball 1.
I think she wanted to try and jam Bancroft there, but strained a bit too inside and at her head. Now I think you got to go outside again. You got her to chase last time.
She tried, but didn't do it. She didn't offer on that one.
They're working in a 3-2 count. Alley 2 outs away from wrapping up here in the top of the 6th, but it's ball 4. Bancroft gets away. Runners will be at the corners now for Neosho County with 2 gone and a 9-4 ball game.
3, Emma West.
Yeah, if you're the Panthers, you definitely got to turn.
So on to the bottom of the 6 innings. We got our picture bag. We'll apologize about that. In the middle of a 9-4 ball game right now. Cavaliers with the lead over Neosho as they have a chance to add on maybe another insurance run or 2, add on to a 5-run lead before going to the top of the 7th and being 3 outs away from facing the Greyhounds of Fort Scott in the championship game as Burkhardt slaps this one right near the first base foul line in right and is caught out there for out number 1.
Neosho is still consistent with their bats there, Dylan, and still consistent with working the count against McNally. They just haven't been able to put together a couple runs since the 4th inning, excuse me.
First pitch swing for more solid contact out into right and right in front of the warning track. Keeping busy in this bottom of the 6th is McHugh. And she's responsible for 2 straight outs.
See if Kate stays hot.
Batting number 15, Kate Edgar.
Well, they had 2 about near the wall. Let's see if Kate can actually send this one over the wall. Kate's a nice first pitch, trying to get her to chase there.
Another game working 3 for 3, 3 RBIs. Pair of singles and that home run back in the 2nd inning. Swings at this one, solid, but high in the air. Left fielder charges in, and it's a quick 3-up, 3-down inning with 3 straight flyouts, 2 to right, 1 to left for Johnson County as McNally trots back out, looking to go back-to-back complete games and send the Cavs to the championship. The final break in the circle. There's got to be a lot of excitement in that huddle right there, Dennis, knowing that these girls are, young ladies, 3 outs away from fighting back, working their way through the consolation side of the bracket. 2 hard-fought games yesterday against Allen and Kansas City, Kansas, getting it done against the Blue Devils in extras, and have come in today facing the number 2 team in the conference and number 2 seed in this tournament.
Yeah, no question about it. And Maggie's out there for her 7th inning award. I was going to get in the gap.
And a beautiful throw in. Hit it really hard was Easter, who's the designated player, now was moved over to catcher. She'll hold off with a loud and long leadoff single.
Batting number 17, Braxton Stainbrook.
Stainbrook must be okay. She's still in the game.
We're getting a courtesy runner here for Neosho. It's Abby Chambers.
Pinch running number 5, Abby Chambers.
Freshman out of Andover High School in Andover, Kansas. Essentially your last chance if you're Neosho.
Neosho dugout still fired up. Leadoff hitter gets on.
That's a shot.
Foul.
But Dennis, I think now the Panthers, their backs are against the wall. I feel like every inning they put together a solid couple hits, a solid couple at bats. They just haven't been able to get runs out of any of those innings.
They just haven't had timely hits.
Just 2 in the first, 2 in the fourth for the Panthers. This one skied and fouled off out of play.
If I'm the coach for the Panthers, I'm letting my batter swing away here.
Oh, yeah, she's got 2 strikes. Whoa.
Got a little jumpy on the base pass there.
Yeah.
That's the last thing that you would want to do is have a base running error at this point. Trying to rally and make this comeback.
And that's what happened with their opponent, Fort Scott. You saw Fort Scott jump off the base pass a lot. Now is not the time to have those kind of mistakes.
Got away from Maggie there.
Almost did.
I think her idea was trying to get her to chase high rising fastball. Slipped out of her hand there.
Steinberg right on that pitch, fell straight back. She hit a 2-run homer earlier.
Especially in what you call the workman gloves, Dennis.
Yeah, I know. I still haven't seen those before.
2-2 away from McNally. Now the count's full. Another throw down to first from Pinkerton. Back in safely.
You'd be surprised, Dennis. Yeah, they're starting to come back into trend in today's game.
Huh.
If I remember, it was back in like a Little League World Series where there was a kid that would actually wear those during the game, and so I remember that's when it was to the point when everyone, then you'd see people start to wear them more and more during games just to show homage to the workman energy.
I guess.
Now a couple of guys in my class, maybe grade above me, would wear them back in high school. So
it's more of a fashion trend.
I'd say so, yes.
Well, Panthers have something going here.
That worked out as she draws the walk for Stainbrook. So leadoff single and now a walk to board. Nobody gone.
Myers.
Can't afford that if you're McNally, but also if you can get a ground ball here, you can really trust your defense to get 2 down.
One for 2 for Myers. Had a single in the fourth. Came around to score on it. Struck out in the 5th inning. Now behind the count here, 0-1. 2 runners on.
See if Dennis can get a 6-4-3 today.
Yeah. Be a good time for one.
But if I'm the Cavs, I'm turning second and first base. I'm not worried about third base. I can let that one go because you'll get 2 quick outs there.
Yeah, that run doesn't mean anything at second.
With a 5-run lead right now, if you're McNally, you're not really sweating either of the runners that are on right now.
No. You need to bear down and get this hitter.
Heading to count 1-2, looking to put her away. Next pitch, going away, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think the only time she'd start to be worried if she walks this batter here, because it's a pretty dangerous situation.
Yep, it puts a lot more pressure on you because a walk can score runs.
2-2 is Jan McNally going over to third again. That time,
he got her.
They do get her out there, up the line safe.
I would have gone to the first on that one.
Batting number 13.
She had time.
Morris.
Made a good throw.
I think it was one of those just gut instinct, get the lead runner out.
It is. Well, you're always going to look, but in a game when you're up by 5, you want to get the sure out.
Chance here for Ansley Morris with 2 on. Breaks.
Oh, man, had her fooled on that one.
Swings and misses at the breaking pitch, 0-1.
That was definitely a outside lower part of the corner change up there. Had a lot of movement on there, broke really well.
This one just off the end of the bat, a little bit of a flare. Gracie Ramsey charging in, trying to throw back to first. Not going to be in time, but good effort. And the Cavaliers now are just 1 out away from the championship game.
Batting number 8, Laney Howard.
Beautiful job defensively from Ramsey, but I would have thrown third in case runner from second were to go.
No, what you really need to do is hit your cutoff. And we're not
cut off first and then get the throw to third.
Laney Howard now represents the final hope for the Panthers, trying to just keep the rally going, looking for something. Panthers had 2 on with nobody out. Now the fielder's choice and then the fly out to right has it down to their final out, trying to keep the season alive. Move on to face Fort Scott.
Just missed on that inside corner.
Cavaliers trying to get back to the championship game. Looking to pull off a 2-game sweep of Fort Scott and go back to the World Series for the first time since 2019.
They could really feel it here. Wanted her to get her a breaking ball pitch low and outside. I think Pickerton's going to try and talk signs with her.
The Cavaliers were right at this point last year down in Hot Springs, Arkansas. They were denied, right, to settle for a 3rd place finish. Still trying to battle here as now the bases will be loaded after that walk to Howard.
Batting number 0.
Neosho not
Carson
wanting to go
McKee.
away so quietly. Now on to Carson McHugh.
Now the tying runs in the on-deck circle.
First pitch on the way for McNally, inside and off the plate, ball 1.
If I'm McNally, I'm going for either a strikeout or
You got to make
ground
her,
ball, yeah.
Yeah, just make her put it in play. You don't want to walk one in here. That'll really let him back in it. Yeah, good pitch.
Good location on the 1-0 pitch for McNally. Evens it up at 1 apiece.
Fire another strike in there. Really make her uneasy.
See if she challenges her. Inside part of the zone, called strike 2.
That's the location you want there on that 1-1. Just go inside corner.
Yeah, that's if she swings at that, she's hitting a ground ball.
Q still looking for the first hit of the game, looking to protect in a 1-2 count. Off speed, puts it out into center. Morris tracking back on it and breaks it in at the warning track. And this game is over. Johnson County moves on by a score of 9-4. And the Cavaliers have a chance for a bit of a revenge tour as they make their way back to the championship game, and they'll face the team that put them on the Consolation side in the first place in the Greyhounds of Fort Scott.
Just a great game start to finish from the Cavs. That's the kind of game you want to have.
Well, let's give due to Maggie McNally, who
100%.
Man, back-to-back games, and she's thrown over 250 pitches.
Yeah, nearly 300 pitches in the
Holy
last
cow.
two games.
That's just amazing.
And it's within the last 24 hours. From the last game of the tournament last night to coming back and playing the first one here starting at noon today. And now the Cavaliers, they'll have just a little bit of downtime, maybe 30 minutes, if that, before they go out and they play the biggest game of their season up to this point, a championship game with Fort Scott, the Greyhounds. If they beat the Cavaliers, they will go on to the World Series in Spartanburg. If the Cavaliers are able to win, that'll force us back here tomorrow for a one-game, sudden death, winner-take-all kind of game. And again, this was a game that has been all about rubber matches. The Cavaliers took the rubber match last night against the Blue Devils. They just took the rubber match here against the Panthers by winning 9-4. The other team they split the regular season doubleheader with, you may ask, the Fort Scott Greyhounds. And also lost to them here, so a chance to at least get back even, but a lot on the line. They'll be looking to win the series, the season series, if you will, 3-2 if they can do it against Fort Scott. 9 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, 6 left on for Johnson County. 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, 7 left on base for Neosho. As the Panthers season has come to an end, it has been a great one of the better ones in their recent history for the Panthers. The number 2 team just finishing 1 game out in the regular season of a conference title. They came in the 2 seed of this tournament, went undefeated in day 1, dropped back-to-back games to Fort Scott and now to Johnson County, and both those teams will be facing off each other in the championship game. Partners, any final thoughts before we close this game out and get ready for our championship game?
Johnson County is going to come hungry.
Well, yeah, but the Greyhounds have had a lot of rest, and they should be coming out fired up as well.
This is the advantage as well. In the last 2 days, this is going to be Johnson County's 4th game that they've had to play. Fort Scott, this is only going to be their 2nd. They only had to play 1 game yesterday. Johnson County had to play 2, and they just played this one right here. So definitely.
Well, and you have to believe that Maggie is not going to be available for this next game.
No.
So you're going to have another pitcher step up big time.
You know what, though? Everyone has been saying that this whole entire tournament, day after day, appearance after appearance, and she's just gone out there. Now, if I will go as far to speculate, I don't think she'll get the start. I believe if you're Coach Pratt and Volkins,
no question.
You've been saving Mariah Umverzak for this moment. You put her out there to start. A good quality pitcher against Fort Scott. If things start to get out of hand, then you can break the glass and maybe you put Maggie McNally back out there. But yeah, all credit to Maggie. I mean, unbelievable what she has done in back-to-back games in about, 18 hours or so?
Yes, 18 hours.
I mean, it's been incredible. 300-plus pitches, the total number of strikeouts. She didn't have as many strikeouts in this game today. She had 3 to be exact. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, you're right. I missed one. So, I mean, strikeout numbers weren't all the way up there. A little bit more even on strikeouts and walks, but still, what a performance from the workhorse, as we're starting to call her, nonetheless. And she helps the Cavaliers punch their ticket to the championship game, and they'll be back in action here in just about 25 minutes or so, right here on the Johnson County Community College Athletics YouTube page. I want to thank everyone that's been sticking around with us. Again, we apologize for that slight delay where there was a couple minutes where the picture frame might have gotten a little bit fuzzy on you. Again, we're working with the best conditions that we can here. We're going to reset, regroup. We're going to bring you a championship game. A chance to Spartanburg is on the line. Can the Greyhounds take it, or will Johnson County force a sudden death game tomorrow at noon? Find out coming up next right here.